Okay, looks like we're on. Brilliant. So I'll just pop a message out so everyone knows that's where we are. No one seems to be on there yet. Where's the call maths? Here it is. Right, we've got two people on. Just pop your names in the chat box. We've got Anissa, brilliant. I haven't seen you for a while. That's good to see. What I'm going to do is look at the mock paper that I sent you out. But I'm going to do that once we've got a few more people. So we'll spend some time on that today. See if I can find the paper. Did I see anything like this? Hey, Cram, good to see you. Look at these off, turn this one off. So what we're going to do is have a look at the core paper, the one that I sent you most recently. There we go. Practice papers. And I gave you SetX Mark Paper 1, and it was SetX Mark Scheme Paper 1 as well. So that's fine. That's fine. So just to give everyone know what we're doing, we're going to have a look at the mock exam that I've given you. You have not left your house in almost 2 weeks. I'm not far behind that. It's a week, exactly a week for me now. God, do I hate it, quite frankly. There's not much we can do though, is there really? We just have to get on with it. So we've got Anissa, Ikram, Famida, Zerda, and that's it. You left on Sunday. I mean, if you're going out and doing shopping or whatever, I mean, that's a fair shout. I think I'm going to have to do that in a couple of days, maybe 2 or 3. But, you know, I want to go out to, it's beautiful sunny days, but you just, you know, just get over it for the next couple of weeks. And let's hope it calms down a bit out there, and that'll be good. So we've got 4 people at the moment. I'm just going to wait for a few more. Can you pop it on the live chat that we're starting? Because I want to do some of the mock paper with you. Yeah, that's what I do. Walk around my garden, or the other thing you can do is, if it's quite, I don't know, if your area's safe, in the evening go out when there's not many people, I suppose. So like, I don't know, this is more easy if you're like a 35-year-old man than it is if you're like, I don't know, 17-year-old girl, but like 10:30, 11:30 at night, there's hardly anyone on the street. You don't have to worry about catching anything, but obviously not so easy for you, I guess. So we've got 5 people. Can the other person pop their name in the chat box? I'm doing registers literally just off the chat box now. I mean, I'm doing the sign-ins there, so I just don't, like, some people are just signing in on the register and then not turning up to the live stream, which is a bit sneaky. So I'll literally do registers off the live chat. No one comes around your area anyways. Yeah, I mean, it's understandable, really. So yeah, I mean, it's just a breath of fresh air. You know, you just end up looking forward to it for the whole day. This is the half an hour, the hour. Yeah, be careful. Yeah, be careful. Don't do anything that's gonna like put you at risk. Just a thought. So I'm waiting on a few more. I'm going to definitely need a few more than this. Let me do register for those people who are here and make sure that you get your marks and your credit. Then we're going to go through the mock, and we're going to. And if you can put it on our group chat, the one that I'm not on, obviously, because it's your one. Can you pop a message in there just to let people know that I'm on and we're starting? And I don't really want to have to mark only 5 people in because that's a bit embarrassing. We got 6 people. We've got Isabella. Brilliant, thank you. 7, yeah, it seems to be working now. We're getting a few more people. Okay, so just a few more seconds. I'm just waiting so I can do the register now, and then I can go through that paper with you. Did I send you the mark scheme? Can you pop in the chat box whether I sent you the mark scheme or not that went with this exam paper that I sent you on Friday? Or is that something I need to do now? Have you got the mark scheme? Yeah, you've got it. Brilliant. We've got Yaron, brilliant. Yaron, read your message. Hey, I'm here. I know you're here. And say hi back, please. Hello, Yaron. How are you? How actually are you? I mean, I'm being sincere. How are you coping with all this? Yes, I'm going to do you now. Now let her talk. I mean, I'm legit. I'm curious. How are you doing? Are you all right? I'm marking the register now as you speak, so don't worry about that. I'm terrible. How are you? I mean, it's not much different, I've got to say. I can't say I'm super happy at the moment. I'm pretty miserable. I mean, at least I get to talk to you guys. That's something. But I mean, like, I want to talk to human beings. You know what I mean? It's like this kind of screen. Oh my God, I'm tired of it now. Right, okay. Enough whinging. Let's get on with this. So if you can, and you've got the facility to, open up the paper. And the paper was highly, definitely I'll mark you in, don't worry about that. Let's get rid of this Word file. We don't need this, we don't need that. I might just close that down completely. I made good use for it. So, bear with me just a second. So I gave you the SETX paper, paper 1. So if everyone can have a look at that, and we're going to do that together. And you've got 1A, and 1A said, explain why the individual numbers do not add up to the total. And the key idea, well, sorry about this, it's just being very stupid today, thank you. So the key idea here is about, oops, bear with me just a moment. I'm just popping the mark scheme up so we see if we can get, because it's rounding, yeah? That's what I thought it was, I just wanted to be sure of things. I mean, for the second question, just having a quick look, I'm just seeing which ones are the ones, probably best if I ask you, which ones would you like to see? So let's take a couple of minutes, otherwise I can end up reading you the mark scheme, but you've already got the mark scheme. So can I ask you now for me, instead of me just reading a mark scheme, which is not the most fun thing, yeah, don't worry about that, Sarah, not at all. So here's how I was going to do. Yeah, Easter holidays next week, so you'll be free of these endless videos. Can I ask you to go through the exam paper you did, which is the one I sent you on Friday? Can you start putting in the chat box what number questions you want me to demonstrate? Because otherwise it's just going to be an hour and a half of me lecturing at you, and that's boring. So why not just say, okay, I can't do question 3, show me what question 3 looks like. And then we'll end up doing it. And some people will need less than others, so I don't have to take up all of your time. Seven needs to be done. Cool. Let me put that on the board so I don't forget. So 7 is a target one that needs to be done. Do the ones with the most marks. I mean, that's not a bad shout. Yeah, that's a decent shout, to be fair. I'll give you about another minute to pop numbers up. And I'll do your register while I'm doing it. So 7 and the ones with loads of marks, which is a fair shout. I think the fact that nothing works first time, even when you're here, nothing works. 6, so 6 and 7 is a good shout. And obviously ones with many marks. Come on, turn on. Right, let's have a look at them. 6, 7, 8. So 6, 7, 8 as it stands. 6, 7, 8, and then I'll have a look which one's got loads of marks. Right, cool. Should we do that in number order then? We'll start from 6. So first have a look what the hell is even asking you to do. So question 6 is the one about, so we're talking about box and whisker diagrams. Okay, cool. You want to be comparing the newspaper versus the magazine. I mean, how many of you guys thought it was a good idea to do a box plot for the newspaper as well? So you can see on the grid, right, there was space. There was more space than you needed. And that's sort of a hint that maybe it's a good idea to do the box plot, do a box plot for that guy as well, for the newspapers, and then do a direct comparison between the 2 box plots. So do you understand what I'm trying to say there? So like, you had a box plot given for the newspaper, for the magazine, do a box plot for the newspaper on the same grid, on the same set of boxes, and that will give you a good place to start in terms of making comparisons. All right. So that would looking at that would have been my early suggestion. And if you notice, even though the exam paper doesn't say so, on the mark scheme, it sort of expects you to have done that. All right. So if you read the question, it says, compare the survey results to the newspaper readers for those to the magazine readers you may wish to use the grid. The grid refers to the box which is on page 6 directly above it. They don't tell you to draw a box plot. All right, they don't tell you to do a box and whisker diagram. What they say is you might want to. But then they very sneakily, in the mark scheme, have given 5 marks for doing a box plot. So that's a bit harsh, I think. But that's what you can kind of expect. Is that making sense? Now, can you pop in a chat box if you're not sure how to do a box plot and what's the important information? Or if right now you want me to demonstrate how you do the calculations for it. So for 6A, does anyone need a demonstration of how to do the box plot? So I'll do that for you now. This is our long live stream, so I've got time to do stuff. So pop it in the chat box if you feel you need to have that demonstrated, please. So I'm just waiting to hear from you guys. Do you want me to do 6A for you? You want me to do the box plot for you? Do you want to see how that's done? Yeah. Okay, so I've got someone asking for it, so might as well do it. Okay, cool. So if you go to the table, the table says, and I'm presuming I don't need to copy out the table for you. So for a box plot, you need 5 values. And what you're going to end up doing is you need to find the lowest number, the lower quartile, the median, the upper quartile, and the highest. Okay? Those are the 5 values you need to do a comparative box plot. Yeah? Now, you might be saying, well, let's have a look at this table. They've told you here that the least time is 20 and the largest time is 900. Okay? So the lowest time is 20 and the highest time is 900. How do I find all of the rest? I'm going to show you that now. All right? Okay? So you've already got your lowest and highest. So you need to find these. And what you do is you do a cumulative frequency. And I'm just going to do that part for you. And the numbers go 0, 15, 33. What's the next one? 58. Let's check I'm getting my numbers right on that. 33, 58, 69, 80, 80. Yeah? So that's your cumulative frequency for that table. So to find the quartiles, the lower quartile, the upper quartile, the median, you need to first do the cumulative frequency. You've got 80 numbers in total. So the first one you do is 80 divided by 4, and that's 20. Okay? The median would be 80 divided by 2, which is 40. And the next one will be 3/4 of 80. So that would be 80 times 3/4. Now those numbers aren't the numbers you're going to plot. Those numbers are the numbers that you're looking for, the 20th number, the 40th number, and the 60th number. All right? So I hope that makes sense so far. All right? So we're looking for the 20th number, the 40th number, the 60th number. For the lowest and the highest, we've already got the numbers. We don't need to look for anything. We know that the lowest number is 20 and the highest number is 900. So we need to find the 20th, 40th, and 60th. Okay? So I'm hoping everyone's okay so far. Now, this is quite hard, the next bit. So let's hold on tight, all right, for this one. Because you need to find the 20th number. The 20th number would be in a group, which is, let me just see which one it would be in. I was looking at the numbers. The 20th number would be in this group here, which is your 60 to 120. I don't know if you can even see that. Can you see that? Let's have a look. Yes, is it? Well, you can't. Okay. Let me rub this out. So this is your 60 to 120 group. And your lower quartile, which was your 20th number, would be in here. Now, how have I decided that? Well, it can't be in the first 0 numbers, it can't be in the first 15 numbers, but it can be in the first 33 numbers. So it's going to be in there, all right? At GCSE level, you just go, okay, the lower quartiles between 60 to 120. Great. You can't do that anymore. The mathematics is a bit harder this time, so I need to go through that with you now. Okay, so here's the formula for it. You take the lower bound of your thing. So the lower bound here is 60, and we'll get to that. So it's 60 plus, and this is, it's a weird formula, but just remember it like this. Want over got times by class width. Okay? Now the class width is just this take away this, again 60. How many do I want? Well, I've already got 15, but I want the 20th number, so I want 5. Okay? I want 5. I want 5 more. I've already got 15, so I need 5 more to get to 20. How many have I actually got in the group? I've got 18 in that group. Yeah, because the actual frequency, not the cumulative frequency, just the frequency is 18. So what I will do is 60 plus 5 over 18 times by 60. I'm just going to work that out for you. Let's have a go at that. Stupid calculators on a different mode. 5 over 18 times that by 60, add 60, gives you 76.6, or as the mark scheme says, about 77. All right? About 77. So we need to recap that because I'm going to do it. I'm going to do all the other ones the same way. So you don't worry, you're going to get loads of practice on this. What is the formula? It is the lower bound of whatever group your lower quartile, median, upper quartile is. What you need to get it. So I've already got 15, so I'll need 5 more to get the 20th number, divided by how many are in the group. So if 18 are in that group, times by the class width. Now I need to kind of get your feedback on that one. Did you understand that? Actually, before you even do that, copy that down, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 more examples. I'm going to do the median and the upper quartile. And then after that, I'll ask you, do you understand? All right, because I think it'll make more sense if you see a few examples, not just one. All right, so can I give you a couple of minutes to copy this out? You can type in the box if you're struggling. I just totally don't get this. But I'm going to do 2 more examples. I'll do the median and I'll do the upper quartile for you. You might cry. I don't know. I haven't decided. Okay, cool. Give me another chance to do another example, and we'll see if you're gonna cry or not. Can you copy this out though? In about 40 seconds, I'm gonna rub it out. Not all of it, so I'm gonna need some of it. And I'm gonna do the median, and I'm gonna do the upper quartile as well. If you see 3 examples, I reckon you'll have it sorted. You already cry. It's not as bad as you think, I promise. Took a picture of it. Okay, cool. Some people, I recommend, well, you're going to see enough of these anyways. All right, let's roll. Okay, so this time we're after the 40th number. Why? Because there's 80 numbers and we're looking for the median. So median, can't see that, so I'll write it what you can see that. So median here, yeah? And that's 80 divided by 2. Why? Because you want the 40th number. So let's go. Which column is that going to be in? It's not going to be in the 0th column, not going to be by 15, it's not going to be in the first 33. It will be in this guy here, all right? So if I read along on my column, that is written as 120 to 300. All right, so it's in this one, 120 to 300. So what was the formula? It is your lower bound in your group, which is 120, plus want. Well, I've already got 33. I want to get to 40. I need 7 more. How many have I got in that group? I've got 25. And my class width is this minus this, which is 180. So it's 300 minus 120 is 180. Put that in your calculator, see what you get. 7 over 25 times by 180 gives you 50.4 plus 120. And that gives you 170.4. And that is your median, right? And I'm going to check the mark scheme. I've got the other one right. Did I get this one right too? Yep, median approximately 170. All right. So we'll recap that example now. So the median is always get your total number and half it. It's your 40th number. Find the first one of these on your, this is your cumulative frequency table, remember? So you need to do cumulative frequency if you haven't already got it. And the first one bigger than 40 or equal to 40 is this guy. So I know it's the fifth row. So the fourth row, first, second, third, fourth row. The fourth row is 120 to 300. And then I can start my formula work. 120 is my starting point. Yeah, 120 is my starting point. I only need 7 more to get to 40 because I've already got 33 by the time I start this group. Out of 25. Why? Because the frequency in the group 120 to 300 is 25, as opposed to the cumulative frequency. So 7 over 25. Times by the class width. The class width is this guy minus that guy. Remember, you can watch this again as well if you're struggling with it. Okay, that's not too bad, I hope. I'm going to again leave that up there for a minute and a half. Then I'm going to do the upper quartile, and it's exactly the same thing. 3 times you're going to get the same example done. What did you drop, please, calculator? Hello. No, I don't know who you are. Kai Kai? Yeah, it's fine. It's living. Yeah, who is this person? And how are you? I don't know who you are. Oh, is it your sister? Nice to meet you. Hope you're doing well. Hello, my dude. I mean, in theory. Okay, bye. How'd you kick her out? It's a sister. I mean, yeah, we're not going to kick your sister out. We'll show respect. We're nice to people. Hello, Little Ikram. Is it Little Ikram? It might be Big Ikram. Naima's making me laugh. Your spelling is actually making me laugh, to be fair. Right, okay, let's do the upper quartile. Okay. It's Little Ikram. Okay, yeah. She's welcome. I mean, to be fair, there's like, she's doing better than some students who haven't shown up at all, to be fair. Okay, so 80. The one whose hair defies gravity. I've never met, unfortunately, her sister. So no comments on this. Right, 80. Yeah, she goes there. 80 times 3/4 is 60. So you want the 60th value, yeah? 0, 15, 33, 58. This time we're in the 5th row because the first one bigger than or equal to 60 is this one there, all right? And I grasp the concept. I mean, I don't know what she looks like, but, you know, you're saying that she defies gravity, I believe you. This one here is 300 to 600. So again, it's coming back to that same formula one more time, all right? And that formula is going to be your lower bound, which is 300, plus 1 over need. So here we want 60. We've got 6. It's already 58. We need 2 more. There's 11 total in the group, times by, clearly, times by, and this time your class width is 300. Okay? Take care, my dude. Look after yourself. We all need to look after ourselves these days. It's pretty rough out there. So 300 plus, let's just do the 2 over 11. Ugh, stupid person. Never mind. How is 2 over 11? 13. Times that by 300 plus 300. And you should have got 354 somewhere around there. 0.5. So 355 roughly. And there again, you get your answer. Check that's right. Yeah, perfect. So that's how that works. So it's your lower bound, want over got times by class width. Actually, not that bad. Right. How do you get marks for the rest of it? Once you've done the calculations and you've drawn the graph, which is worth 5 marks, how do you get the rest of the credit? You make comparisons on things, and it's just like the GCSE comparisons. Compare the interquartile range, compare the median, and then if you've got time, compare the range as well. And what you're going to do is compare them in terms of the context of the question. Don't just go, the newspaper has a higher median than the magazine. Go, okay, the newspaper's got higher median than the magazine. Therefore, we can say what? Let's see if we look at the question. What is it even talking about? It's talking about how much time. So people who read the newspaper play more video games or spend more time on video games per week than people who read the magazine. I'm not sure if that's even true. I haven't even done the calculations on it, but that's how you get the credit. You bring it back to the original question. Don't just say the median's higher here. This guy's got a greater interquartile range. So what? If he's got a greater interquartile range, what does that mean? It means that there's a greater variation amongst the readers of the magazine. So the readers of the magazine are more different from each other than the readers of the newspaper. For example, if that was the case, if there was a greater range for the magazine, all right? And again, I'm not saying that I haven't done any of the calculations, but what I'm trying to say to you is like, this is how you get the wording of the question. You don't just say, okay, this guy, the interquartile range for the magazine is bigger than the interquartile range for the newspaper. You go, the interquartile range for the magazine is bigger than the newspaper. This tells us that the range of times that people spend playing computer games for the magazine is larger than the one for the newspaper. So basically, the magazine is more heterogeneous, or the readers are, anyways. Okay, so that's what you're trying to say. Yes, absolutely. Why did Little Ikram leave? I don't know. I'm sure her name is not Little Ikram. I mean, I'd laugh my head off if it were. Imagine like you have a kid, right, and that kid is perfect in every way. So every other kid you have is like little one because you want the next one to be like it. That would be dominance, wouldn't it? So imagine like your little, I don't know, little Dilan. Speaking of Dilan, because he didn't turn up. It's like everyone, like she's Dilan, and all her sisters are little Dilan, littler Dilan, very small Dilan. I mean, you'd feel loved. Well, the older one would, anyways. Right, anyway, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Let's move on. This is what's happening when you get locked up in your house for too long. You start going mad. Okay, cool. So that's 6A. I mean, is there anything of value in 6B? Especially different, yeah, because they're different people. Just because you read newspapers doesn't mean you're the same sort of person that reads a magazine, etc. I mean, part B is easy. Part A was where the maths was. Right, so let's have a look at number 7. 7A, I'm disappointed that people asked. No disrespect, because we kind of covered that literally in the lesson. So part A, all you had to do was state what each thing was. So 7, I'm just going to rub this off. So whoever asked for this, it's at least you're honest enough to say, well, I didn't get it. You still haven't got it. C would be 2,000 because that's how much you borrowed. T1 is 1, first year. T2 is 2, second year. And I is 1.15 because of 15% interest rate. Do you see that was literally the easiest 4 marks you'll ever get in your life? And then find the value of each installment, you literally just do the equation. Okay, so I'll leave that there for a second. In fact, I'll do it on this side. You would see it, wouldn't you? So you go 2,000 equals A over 1 plus, so that's going to be what? So that's 0. Sorry, my apologies. That's 0.15 there, because the whole thing is going to be 1.15. My mistake. Can you just put in the chat box if you want me to solve that equation, that finding the answer to that one? Zoda, stop being racist, please. You know, people can go back to their country. Not very nice. Can you ship your sisters off? No, I'm sure your sisters are lovely. I mean, to be fair, you're probably spending more time with them than you'd want to with all this lockdown business. But I can't imagine like your family not being nice. I mean, to be fair, I'll say that for all of you guys. It's a lovely class. I mean, make sure the box is... Yeah, and if you're going to do it, make sure to put holes in the box so they can have air holes. It's important. Can you guys hear now? Pop in the chat box when you can hear again and tell me what I need to repeat, what words I need to say again. Don't put holes in the box. I mean, how are they going to breathe? They'll die. They'll come shit back to you. That'd be unfortunate. Can I leave? I don't feel well. I mean, yes, it's the answer to that. Watch the video when you're feeling well. You've turned up. That's the most important thing. LA is working out. Cool. Yeah. But yeah, I know, obviously, only if it's the truth. Obviously, don't lie and just. I mean, what else are you going to do in your spare time? Quite frankly, I mean, you can go and fight with your family again. I mean, you might as well hang around here for a bit, right? Okay, cool. So yeah, that's 7A done. That's the solution there. So you identify the numbers for part A and you solve this for part B. Does anyone need to see part B done? They'll say, I can't solve that equation. It's kind of hard. To be fair, it is kind of hard. So pop in the chat box if you want me to solve that equation for you. If not, we'll move on. I don't think this is going to take much longer because you asked for what, 6, 7, 8. No, it's a fair shout. Yeah, and if you're sick, you're sick. It's fine. I mean, obviously, Corona's going around. And you've got to look after your health first. I mean, I don't want you dying for core maths. Bloody hell. My sisters are Satan's kids. Solve it, please. Yeah, why not? Don't believe you, Naima. Don't believe you. Such a nice person could not come from a horrible family. That's what I say. Yeah, but I trust you. So what was it? It was 2,000 equals A over... That being said, in a ways, it's kind of bad if you're living... there's too many of you. That's the problem. It's like, if you've got like a small family, that's comfy. You don't have... I didn't say you had Corona. So that's what I'll do as my first move. I'm just saying, but it is going around, isn't it? 1.15 squared. I mean, a lot of people do. I mean, this is not a small thing now, is it? Like, we're talking about hundreds of people, hundreds of thousands of people have it. It's not like you're some kind of like plague or something. Garen has a... I mean, no one said she did, but if you did, it's not a surprise. Someone in my year 13 had Corona. Yeah, I mean, that was so sad, that guy, that little kid. Yeah, I get that. I get that. Me too, actually, to be fair. I don't know whether it's out of boredom or kind of just sheer fear of dying, but, you know, seems to come out. So if I times everything by 1.15 squared, so I get 2,000 times by 1.15 squared. Zerda's moving like she don't know what's wrong with me. Fair enough. So that's A. Sorry, I'm being dumb. That's A as well, isn't it? So that's A as well. So that'd be what, 2.15A. And then you just do that in a calculator. Yeah, I mean, that's very sad. The young guy, 13 years old, you don't want to see that. And also on a more selfish note, it just proves that it can cap anybody. There's like a 19-year-old girl as well recently. Yeah, and you take care, yeah? We'll see you on Friday, hopefully. Look after yourself, all right? Does anyone know where Dylan is? And who else have we not got? I've got Holly. I know I've got Holly. Ashanti, I think I saw. Precious, Casey. Rita's starting to slip as well. I don't know what's going on with her. There's a few people slipping these days. And I mean, I understand. Of course I understand. But I don't know. In a ways, if you're kind of staying at home, no disrespect, there's not a lot much. I mean, what are you going to do? Play Monopoly for the 50 millionth time? Yeah. Jesus. I mean, Zerda, that's a harsh one. Anyways, no, that is, I mean. Okay, so let's have a look at this. This is how it's done. I'd make both the denominators the same, times 3 by the denominator, and then literally your last step would divide this by 2.15. So I'll move that up so you can see what the last step would be. You just go, okay, 2,000. I'm going to change the pen after this. There's a point. I'm running out of pens. I'm going to have to go out and brave the world, try not to die of Corona. And that's A, as you solve that for A. There you go. You can see that now. And that's all it is. Yeah, I mean, I stand by that equation. I want everyone to stay safe. Well, I've only got one more question to show you. Unless anyone else wants to see anything. So I'm going to show you 8, and that's us done for today in terms of it. So what I want you to do, if you haven't already done it, is mark it, grade it. Can you send me a message with your score? And this time I might put that as, I might give you grade boundaries. Can't you just Amazon Prime them? That's not a bad shout, because I do have Amazon Prime. Yeah, I'll do that. I don't know why I didn't think of that, to be fair. Right, okay, cool. So let's just do 8. If you want any other questions, accept it, because this is the one I want to kind of make the long live stream. The other one will be 2 short live streams, so one at 9 o'clock and one at 11 o'clock. So feel free to ask as many questions you like. I'm not in a hurry, by any means. So let's do 8. And then if people decide they want to see anything else, you let me know. Okay, cool. It's usually sensible to shop around for the best deal on purchase. Give 2 reasons why. So this is kind of common sense type question. You might be in a hurry. It's a good shout. Or you might end up losing money on like traveling and all the rest of it. The time, you might not have enough time. Let's see what they say in the answers. If it's needed urgently, if it's convenient. So yeah, the things I said. Okay, 8B is the interesting one. 8B is a Fermi estimate, I think, if I remember correctly. And you remember that everything gets rounded, and everything gets rounded to 1 or at most 2 significant figures. All right? So let's have a look at what 8B is asking you. How far is it worth driving to fill up a car with petrol that's 1 penny a litre cheaper than at a nearby garage? All right? So what we need to do is have a look at the data that they offer you on that. So we'll have a quick look at that. The data they give you, did you get given data? You must have done, right? Bear with me. The prelim, here's the prelim, there we go. I'm going to open up the prelim material and see what they actually gave you. All right. So what we need to do is have kind of an estimate of how much. Three major things. Cost of the petrol is what have they said there? They've not given you any information on petrol at all, which is a bit annoying. How frustrating. So apparently they seem to think that you should know how much petrol costs. I'm going to go over what the mark scheme. I didn't know what petrol costs. So they're saying £1.30, 130 pennies per litre. Okay, so you need to. That seems reasonable. So these things. I mean, you sort of. I don't know how you'd prepare that, except that obviously, when we do the real exam, we'd look at every single thing around it. But things like estimated is 130p per litre. That's fair enough. 10 miles per litre. I don't know how you expected to know this. That's the thing. And all I can say is that that's when we do the real exam, if we do. And I mean, I'm going to get information on how the exam's going to, like, what's going to happen this week, and I'll get that out to you. If we do end up doing exams, or if they offer the grade they offer you as your grade is not what you want a higher one, then we'll just spend like loads of time on the preparatory material. So we prepare this. But if you guys were like baffled, I have no clue about cars, I don't get this. I mean, if you get a C and you just want to see, then yeah. I mean, it's not even a choice about like what I want to give you, because I don't even know what the system's going to be like under which things are going to be given. But as soon as I find out, I'll let you know. All right. So these are estimates you're expected to know because of preparation for it. Obviously, you haven't prepared that kind of work, and I don't blame you. I think we should learn some fun averages. If and when we do the exam, I will prepare every single bit of that for you. So like you'll know all the stuff you need to know. But I think for this one, it was kind of like, if you didn't know how a car works, you're kind of dead on this. But let's just finish off the question. Now you know how a car works. Yeah, I think that's a fair shout. And I think specifically because obviously not when you use the exam, the pre-release material, because the May exam's done. So there's going to be new resources prepared for that. Well, we'll see about that actually. But yeah, I will definitely, if as and when we do the test, I'll prepare you for that. Anyways, let's just work on this one. So if it's 130p per litre and it's 10 miles per litre and size of tank is 50 litres, yes, exactly. I agree with you. Because like for the exam you would have done, you would have been prepared for it. But if I just give you a practice paper, it's almost like they're sort of assuming that you prepared that for 3 months as well, which obviously makes no sense. All right. So once again, let's just pop this up now. 130p per litre. All right. 10 miles per litre. Size of the tank is 50 litres. So the most you can fill up is, let's work out how much money. So it's £1.30 times by 50. So £65 normally, yeah? And if it was 1p cheaper, that's £1.29. It's 129, sorry. Times by 50. So you're basically saving 50p. £64.50. Yeah? Everyone happy so far? So if you had a 1p per litre discount, you'd save 50p. Now, how much petrol is 50p worth? Well, 50p is 50 over 130 of a litre. So it's 0.3846 blah, blah, blah of a litre. Yeah? Times that by 10, because they tell you can get 10 miles per litre. You can travel 3.846 miles on that 50p's worth of petrol. Okay? So the furthest you should travel to save money on petrol is half of that. Does anyone understand why half? So I said, like, you can save 50p. 50p will travel you that many kilometers, or miles, sorry. Why am I halving it? Why am I halving it? If you don't know, just pop something in the chat box to say that you don't know. It's a really, really simple thing. When I say it to you, you're going to laugh. Why am I halving it? That's still the calculator, there's it. Any ideas whatsoever? Why have I halved it? So I've worked out I can save 50p, and 50p is worth, nope, even more simple than that. Nope. It's really simple. You've got to drive, then you've got to drive back. All right. So that's double the distance. So if you travel 3 miles going out, you have to travel 3 miles coming back in again, right? And that'll be 6 miles. So this is the amount of extra traveling you get for free by going to this. Yeah. You want to half that. Yeah. 50p is indeed half of £1. That's a true statement. I'll do that. But that's not the reason why. It's because any distance you travel away from your home, you're going to have to come back the same distance. So you can't travel 3.846 miles out, because if you do, you'd have run out of petrol to come back the other 3.846 miles, or you'd cut into your profit. Yeah. So the furthest you can travel to save money, or the furthest you should travel from your house to save money, is 1.923 miles. And to me, I'm not saying it's a really stupid question. It's one of those stupid mathsy questions. There's no point to doing that, but that's what it is. Okay, cool. So that's covered 6, 7, 8. I'm just going to flick through the paper. Yeah, I mean, bear that in mind. And like, people often like say, I'll travel 10 miles to get something for cheaper. I mean, just cost that into it. I'm just going to see if there's anything else worth doing. Do you want to flick through the paper and see if there's anything else you want to see done? So next Friday, we'll do a lesson in the first hour. And again, we'll do a mock in the second hour and a half, okay? After Easter, we're going to change up everything. So we're going to start using some Google Classroom. We're going to start doing Kahoots online. I'm basically spending most of Easter just learning all the stuff that you guys have asked me to learn, like how to like stream things off videos that are not YouTube way. All right. So Fridays are going to be the last lesson like this. And what we're going to do, teaching in the first hour and a half, so that's about 9 o'clock, and then a mock exam, and then we'll mark the mock exam over Easter. There won't be any homework, obviously. It'd be a bit pointless because we don't even know what you're going to do again. Which is, yep, that's what I'm saying. I'm going to pick up all those skills over Easter. Yeah. So I heard what you're saying. I mean, a couple of you saying it also was like do stuff like Kahoot as well. I mean, we could do that now, to be fair, on Microsoft Teams. I like to see how Google does it. We did it first back in college. I agree with you. I mean, sort of I agree with you and sort of I don't. I mean, you guys aren't bad, but you can be a bit noisy at times, you know what I mean? And it's like, with this, you can type in a question, I'll see it, you know what I mean? Without having a riot. But I get, in a ways, I miss hearing your voices, and I guess you miss hearing each other's voices, and that's a classroom, isn't it? So yeah, we will do that. We're going to do that, all right? And that's going to happen after Easter. Remember, Easter's next week, so you've got 2 weeks holiday. I mean, I don't know what you'd call it as a holiday, but, you know, it is what it is. Does anyone else want to see anything more for today? I'm going to be here for at least 3-4 minutes. So if you think about it, you look at the paper, you want to see anything else done, let me know. If you're satisfied, finish marking your papers, send me a message on either Microsoft Teams or send me an email with your score on it, and I'll start working out grade boundaries for you. I don't know how Microsoft Teams works, then just send me an email. Just send me an email with your score on it. All right? Also, email me if you haven't got a mark scheme, which you should do from Friday. All right? I'm going to hang around here for a bit because I don't want to kind of rush away. You're good. In that case, now have a lovely week. I'll see you on Friday. This has been great. Hey, Crab, you're so nice. I don't know if you're being sarcastic or not, but I'll go with it. So take care. Look after yourself. All of you guys, look after yourselves, all right? Stay indoors. I know it's so frustrating, but stay indoors. I don't want to hear anyone getting sick. It's about, I'll say, another 2 weeks. Have a great week. I'll see you on Friday. Let me send an email right now before I leave. Thank you. Now, look after yourselves and yourself and your family, obviously. Take care, all of you guys. Thank you, Zeda. If you do decide you want to see any questions, I'll pop them up on the next live stream. But mark it and give me a score so I can start working out grade boundaries. Okay, I'm going to close this down in a couple of minutes. If you've got any questions, just pop it in the chat box. Otherwise, you're, of course, free to go. Have a lovely, lovely day. Okay, thank you very much, Ikram. I've got it. Brilliant. 39. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. What was it out of? Not bad at all, I would have thought. Because I don't think it's 100. It's 80, isn't it? No, 60. You'd have got a B at least, I think, or close to B. Maybe a C. That's not bad at all, Ikram. Well done. Good job. Okay, Dix. I'm guessing no one else wants to hear anything. I'll hang around here for just another minute. Actually, I don't think so. There's no one left on here. Have a lovely, lovely week. I'll see you on Friday. Take care. Yep.